What is up, YouTube? It's Grinch, and the recent Jurassic Park 30th anniversary set announcements have me thinking about Jurassic Park Lego, and specifically things that we haven't received from the original trilogy. The few Jurassic Park sets that we have received have been great, but I couldn't help but notice we are missing a few characters in Lego form, including the entire second and third movies. So in this list, I thought I'd highlight the top 10 missing Jurassic Park minifigures. A few ground rules for this list before we get started. We are only going to be focusing on the characters that appeared in the original Jurassic Park movie trilogy, so characters from the Jurassic World trilogy or Camp Cretaceous will not be considered for this list. Lastly, I will only be focusing on characters that we've never received in Lego form, so I wouldn't be covering any variants or characters in different outfits. For example, you could have a regular Alan Grant or a Montana Alan Grant or a Jurassic Park 3 Alan Grant, and many more. With all of that out of the way, here are the top 10 missing Jurassic Park minifigures from the original trilogy. Starting things out with an honorable mention, I have Eddie Carr from The Lost World. Eddie Carr was one of the main characters in Dr. Malcolm's party, and if Lego ever gave us Lost World sets, I'd personally love to see him as a minifigure. I left him off the main list though because I could see Lego not including him in a set due to the grisly nature of his death scene. However, Lego has shown that they are willing to bend the rules, and we got a reference to Ray Arnold's death in the Jurassic Park Gate set, so you never actually know. At number 10, I have another character from The Lost World, and that is Kelly Malcolm. Kelly is the daughter of Ian Malcolm, and she sneaks her way onto the RV and is able to stow away and get to Isla Sorna with his expedition crew. Kelly plays an important role in the movie, but I feel like she didn't have a huge impact on the plot either way, and the crew would have ended up in the same situation that they did with or without her. For that reason, I put her a little bit lower on this list as she's kind of just there, but she's still in a lot of scenes and deserves to be made in minifigure form. She could be included in an Expedition RV set. I mean, could you imagine how cool a UCS style Expedition RV set from The Lost World could be? If we ever get one, I think Kelly would be a must-have minifigure for that set. At number 9, I have Amanda Kirby, and she's a pretty obvious choice if we ever get any new Jurassic Park 3 sets, and she and her husband are the ones that actually talk Alan Grant into returning to Isla Sorna. She'd be an easy minifigure for Lego to make too, as they really wouldn't need to make many or if any exclusive parts for her outside of maybe an exclusive torso print. I think a great set for her would be one of the abandoned lab with the Velociraptor trap that was set up. Staying in the Jurassic Park 3 movie, at number 8, I have Paul Kirby, the ex-husband of Amanda Kirby. I had him slightly ahead of Amanda because he has a few more lines in the movie, and he also has his kind of iconic heroic moment where he distracts the Spinosaurus on top of the crane in the boat escape scene, which I think would be a perfect set to include him in for the Jurassic Park 3 movie. Outside of the studio sets that we got back in the day, there haven't really been any Jurassic Park 3 or even Lost World sets yet, and I feel like culturally the Lost World was a little bit better received, so for that reason, in general, I rated the Lost World characters slightly ahead of the Jurassic Park 3 characters on this list, so that's why I've got Paul Kirby down here at number 8. That being said, at number 7, I have Nick Van Owen from The Lost World. Nick was one of my favorite characters from the second movie, and he plays a really important role in that movie as well. From releasing all of the dinosaurs at the InGen camp to calling for the rescue helicopter to escape the island, there are plenty of reasons to include Nick in any Lego Lost World set. Personally, I'd like to see an InGen camp with a few dinosaurs in cages that you could have Nick Van Owen release out of, and then you could have them kind of terrorizing the unexpected InGen camp. At number 6, we're going to go back to the third movie, and I have Eric Kirby. Eric is the son of Amanda and Paul Kirby, and it was his parasailing trip that got him stranded on the island in the first place, which was the reason Paul and Amanda hired Alan Grant to get to the island. Eric is the main plot point of that movie, and he would need to be included in numerous, if not just one set from the Jurassic Park 3 wave. Personally, I think a destroyed tanker truck set would be a cool way to include him in a set, and you would need to have that Eric minifigure there in order to complete it. The fifth missing minifigure, in my opinion, is Roland Tembo. There's a little personal bias going into this one since I just think he's a really cool character and I'd love to see him in minifigure form. Obviously, there are a lot of other characters that are missing from the second movie, and Roland isn't necessarily one of the main characters, but his character is just cool in general, and that's what Lego's all about, right? Is collecting the cool moments from your favorite movies, and for me that would be a Roland Tembo minifigure. I think you could make an awesome expedition Jeep set with the Pachycephalosaurus and a Roland Tembo minifigure when we first meet him on screen. The fourth missing minifigure in my mind is the top missing minifigure from the third movie, and that is Billy Brennan. Billy was the counterpart to Alan Grant in that movie, and he played an important role in helping develop the plot when he steals some raptor eggs, which then helped build up to the climactic scene of them all trying to escape from the island after finding Eric. Billy also played an important role in actually saving Eric's life, and I think that would be a perfect scene to capture in Lego form and include a Billy Brennan minifigure in. At number 3, I have Dr. Sarah Harding from The Lost World. Not only is she the girlfriend of Ian Malcolm in the second movie, but she is also the reason he ends up going to Isla Sorna in the first place. When we first meet her, she's taking some pictures of a Stegosaurus, and that would be a great Lego set in my mind and a great scene to capture. Hey, that would also get us an updated Stegosaurus dinosaur mold, so win-win. She also plays an important role in the San Diego portion of the movie, and therefore she, in my mind anyways, is the most needed minifigure from the Lost World movie and the third most needed from the trilogy. The second most missing character from the Jurassic Park trilogy is none other than the blood-sucking lawyer himself, Donald Gennaro.
Thank you.
After all, he is the reason we got one of my favorite movie quotes from my childhood.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
The first Jurassic Park movie is by far the best in the trilogy. There's some really good parts from the other movies, but it's the first one that is the reason the franchise is what it is today. And for that reason, I give characters from that first movie a little bit of a nod and a little bit of an edge on this list. We're also going to see some 30th anniversary sets in the near future, and for that reason, this character and the next one are probably the most likely to happen, at least in the near future, that is. I really hope we get a Donald Gennaro minifigure in the next wave of Jurassic Park sets coming out in just a few months. And that leaves us with none other than Robert Muldoon as my number one missing minifigure from the Jurassic Park trilogy. Sure, he's not necessarily a main character in his movie like Sarah Harding is or Eric Kirby is, but Robert Muldoon is nonetheless a great character and one that I really hope we get in this next wave of 30th anniversary sets. I always found it interesting that when Jurassic World came out, it's really apparent that they actually based Owen Grady off of a combination of Robert Muldoon and Alan Grant because he's just that cool of a character. We are so close to completing all of the main characters and the entire collection of characters from that first movie, and when I think about missing Jurassic Park characters, Muldoon is the first that comes to my mind. Well, there are my top 10 missing minifigures from the Jurassic Park trilogy. Which character from these 3 movies would you like to see the most in minifigure form? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing for more Lego content. And if you're looking for even more Lego content, join the Plain Old Grinch Discord, link in the description of this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.